In this video, I'm going to go over the rest of the features outside of drawing within our drawing tool here. Over on the right side, after you add new frames, you will see them stack up here. You also have a bunch of features over here that you can utilize. The first one, these two squares, this is going to copy this frame below it. So once I click on that, you will see that exact frame copied right underneath. You'll see the key button on each frame as well. This is going to dictate what the thumbnail of this play is going to be throughout your system. So if you want the second frame to be your thumbnail, you can just go ahead and adjust that key setting right there. Next, you're going to have this edit button. This is how you are going to add frame notes to your plays here. I do recommend to add your notes inside of your frames here. So once you click on that, you're going to see this window pop up. Then you can come in and type your frame notes out as well. So something like M2 passes to M3. I do recommend to keep these in paragraph form and try to keep it to about 3 lines when you are adding your notes for each frame. This is just to ensure that when you print these plays out, it'll all fit on one page, just because there's limited space on those pages. Go ahead and use this next frame button to go through all of your frames. You will see those change here, and you can just add in your notes to your frames as well. Go ahead and click save, and you'll see that button turn green for every frame that you have added notes to. You'll see the trash can here as well. This will allow you to delete any frames, so you can delete this frame or all of the following frames. This is how you are going to take away any of those frames if you mess up, or if you want to get rid of a segment of this play, you can do that here as well. If you hover in between the frames, you'll see a plus frame button. This is going to add that starter frame right in between those. And then you also have the ability to change the order of these frames by just clicking and dragging those frames where you want them. You will get this message here just letting you know that the sequence of the play might be messed up by changing the order of it. Moving over to the left side of the screen, you have a couple different options. So you have your favorites as you see here. It's very easy to add a favorite. So let's say we want to draw this up and we want this to be a favorite. So just a simple little screen and have M2 coming off that. So let's say we're going to draw this up a lot. We can just draw a box over this to group them together. And then you actually have 3 different ways you can do it. So you see your star button on the left, you have that same button down in the bottom right. And if you double click on this frame right here, you can see that button once again. You'll click on that and this will let you save this as a favorite. So you can name this whatever you want. Then you can add it to a folder if you would like. So I can click add. Maybe I want this to be in my offensive folder. You can add any folders in your favorites by just typing in there and clicking OK. And then you have this checkbox here, add to team favorites. So if I have this checked, it's going to be added to the team favorites up top here. That means everybody that has an account in your system will be able to utilize this. If you uncheck that, it will be added to my favorites and only you will be able to add that. Once you do that, you can just click on those favorites, hover over it, and drag and drop out onto the frame and adjust it how you need. Next, you have text and shapes. This will give you the ability to drag any of these preset numbers out onto the frame. Also, you have this A, which is just a text box. Really, all of these are just text boxes. So even though this is a 1, you can adjust this to whatever you want. So you can adjust all of these to fit your needs. You also have some shapes up top. A lot of people use these in many different ways. I would say the most common one is to draw a triangle out. You can change the color of it to orange and then kind of use that as a cone on your play here as well. You also have the ability to change the color of the lines coming off of your players. So we can flip M1 to red. And then once I draw a line on M1, you'll see that line will also be red. So that's a really good way to denote defenders on the canvas. There's a lot of different ways people use that, but just know that match line color to figure will keep that color the same when you change it for that player. You also have the ability to change your canvas settings here, like we touched on in a previous video. You can pick from any of these different canvases that we have loaded into the drawing tool. And then you also have some other shape and line settings. So display timing delay will do just that. It will show you the timing delay. So if I put a timing delay on this one, you'll see that little 1 right there. If you don't want that, you can just toggle that off. Keep line tools active, I recommend not really touching. That will just always select the same line over and over again. Definitely leave that one alone. Match line color to figure will help with your colors. Assist with alignment, that is these red lines that pop up just to kind of help you get things straight across the canvas. Then you have retain color settings that will just save your settings for you when you change those colors for that player. And you can use enlarged arrows or small arrows like I am using on this canvas.